because every time I kicked him, I could feel the ball in my foot like separate. So there obviously a little bit of separation in there.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. July 22nd. Man, you're back. 4-month turnaround in the UK again. How do you feel about it, man? Just they're giving you the opportunity to be in front of your people.
That's it, man. I'm a crowd pleaser. I'm looking forward to showcasing my skills. Obviously, I think they want to see some local guys do well. And then obviously, I think as well it helps that we've all got UK residents, so it helps on a money standpoint as well. So it makes sense for all of us guys to meet in London.
Yeah, definitely. And before we get into your opponent, another a famous fighter from Scotland, Stevie Ray, he just retired, man. Did you see that? What do you think of, what do you think of his career so far, man? Because I feel like he kind of did, he kind of put Scotland on the map in some ways, man. He's been around for a long time.
Of course, Stephen's an idol of mine. I've trained with him a lot. He paved the way for many fighters coming up. So I'm very fortunate to be able to share a training room with Stevie. I wish him all the best with him and his family. And he's got nothing to prove in regards to his MMA career. So I just want to thank him for everything he's done for the sport. And I hope he finds a new venture, fills a void, because the MMA takes up so much of my time, so I can only imagine what it's going to do to Stevie. So let's hope he's got some different outlooks in life that he wants to go and seize and make some money and do some good things.
Yeah, all the best to Stevie Ray, man. He's always been a guy that I've talked to throughout the years, and always been a excellent role model, man, for a lot of fighters, man. Very, very good. Your opponent, man, coming up, Yanal Ashmouz. He's a undefeated. I could define him as a slugger, man, because from what we've seen, he actually fought on the same night as you. I mean, what are your thoughts on him and the fighting style?
That's it, man. He's a slugger. That's all he's got. The only way this guy can beat me is a lucky punch, and it's not going to happen. I'm super confident. Like, I can't fathom how good I've got since I've came here. All the coaches are saying to me, like, man, you're fucking looking good, and like all these things are coming to fruition. All these things are happening and going well in training. It's almost going too well. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, fucking, it can't be that good. Like, someone touched wood or some shit. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to. Like, he's a great opponent, and obviously I need to keep my hands up.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned right now about making improvements, right? Since you've been at American Top Team and you've been there for a few camps, what aspects do you feel in yourself? I mean, people can see it in you, but sometimes it's tough to see it in yourself.
Yeah, distance management, applying techniques that I've never been able to apply before. Due to an injury in my last camp, I wasn't able to showcase my full capability in the octagon because I had to take like 2 full weeks off training, like doing nothing, like I couldn't walk. So then I had to adapt a different kind of, because before I was working on back attacks and stuff like that, so I had to find a way around about that and not take the back, because when I was putting my hooks in, my ankle was becoming very sore and inflamed. So yeah, I've adapted some new skills, some new submissions, and also some positions that are good for riding on someone and draining them. And yeah, so I've grown dramatically as a fighter in the last 6 months. And it's all to do with momentum. Like, I've been a momentum fighter since day one. Unfortunately, due to COVID, when I was signed to Bellator, I didn't really get the opportunity to showcase my skills on a regular basis. So now that the UFC have got me, I'm sure they'll keep me busy, especially with the performances that I put on. Obviously, my last performance wasn't up to scratch, but I shook the cobwebs off and the money was in the bank, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's right, man. The money's in the bank. You shouldn't give a fuck about it at all, man. You fought injured then in your debut.
Yeah, I had an MTFL injury, so that's a ligament that's in your ankle in the outer part of your ankle. So the latter part of the ankle, which is like when you roll your ankle really bad. So what happened was I was in a wrestling exchange and someone fell on my foot and tore the ATFL or no, yeah, the ATFL. Yeah, I think it's called the ATFL. They tore it like between 50 and 60%. So I had to take 2 weeks off training and strap it up. Obviously, if you see in the fight, I've got an anklet on that. It just the ankle was fine in the fight, but I was still wary of it. So having that anklet on, I had a little bit of tape underneath it as well to secure. Because every time I kicked him, I could feel the ball in my foot like separate. So obviously a little bit of separation in there. But now that injury's completely healed. It took some time. Yeah, so these things are thrown out to test us, and I still managed to get through it. The biggest thing for me was actually trying to make weight, but we got there. What I done was I just when I was able to move my ankle a certain way, I was at one point I was actually cycling the air bike with one foot and then using my hands just to try and get through the camp. So yeah, these things are setting out to test us. So I was happy I got the job done. Yeah.
Man, you overcame a lot of obstacles to get that win. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what we're here for. I'm not a fucking pussy. I don't pull out for. Imagine I phone my manager. It's like, listen, I've got a sore ankle. I can't compete. Like, fucking this guy. So yeah, no injuries this time. I had a little bit of staph, but I got rid of that pretty quick. Um, but we're all good, ready to rock. Everything, like I say, everything's went really well. Touch wood, nothing's went wrong yet. So I was speaking to my training partner Grant Dawson, who won at the weekend there. He said, he's like, fuck, I had such a good camp. I was saying to him, he said to me, he's like, I was just waiting for something bad to happen. Nothing happened. So hopefully I'm on the same trajectory as him because he had a dominant performance over Demir.
Yeah, if you compare like what you went through in your debut to like what you're going through right now, of course it looks perfect, right? Because damn, nothing went well for your first fight.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And all the coaches are. I'm starting to kind of build a friendship group and also a coaching group, which is super important because when you come to a new place, obviously you don't know anybody, so nobody really takes that interest of you. And then over the years, people see I'm coachable and people see that I've got the will to win. So a lot of people have kind of jumped on board this time and been able to help. And I'm very fortunate, and I've put myself in this situation. I've put myself out there. I've done everything myself. I've had help along the way, but I've put myself in the right frame of mind, the right place at the right time. So yeah, it's been a great camp, and I'm looking forward to the future because the UFC is my home.
How is it working with Grant Dawson, man? That guy is just a machine.
Human backpack. I think I've trained with this guy nearly 3 camps now.
Mhm,
If he's got my back, I think I've got away from him once or maybe twice.
mhm.
And he gets my back quite a lot, so he's a guy to watch out for, put it this way.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. Iron sharpens iron. That's what they say, right? It's true.
And the guy's got a heart of gold, the guy I was sparring today, the guy's off, he's finished his training, he's then giving me coaching points during the sparring and showing me things at the end. So this guy's got a heart of gold and he's a good teammate of mine, so yeah, I'm very fortunate to have the guy by my side.
After your debut in London, you talked about the nerves of fighting in the O2 arena. Could you explain a little bit more in detail of like what you went through?
Yeah, well, obviously, you knew if I was in Bellator for 3 fights, and two of them were in COVID. So hadn't fought in front of fans for nearly 3 years, 4 years, because I went to Contender Series and fought twice on there. So no fans. Um, then going from no fans to 20,000 people was fucking unbelievable. So I walked out. I looked up, I looked down, and then I carried on. So this time I feel way more like in tune with myself. Like in the fight, that's probably why I was a little bit more disappointed, because there was some situations that I could have maybe jumped on a submission or tried the submission, but my corner were shouting rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So that was just me like dragging back down to the ground, kind of stall out some time a little bit. And I think that annoys me a little bit more, because I was so in the fight. Like I knew exactly what I was doing, when I was doing it, and I was so calculated. So this time around it's going to be the same, but I say take risks, but it's a risk one in there. But I'm going to take a little bit more risk, do some things, show my full skill set.
Yeah, and you're not fighting injured. You know what I mean? Like that had a huge, effect on you.
Yeah, for sure. That was a big one. But listen, I didn't want to make the excuse at the time or after the like when you have the press conference at the end. Like everybody's injured, so it doesn't matter. So I just gotta fucking get the head down and get working. Some sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, like fans, when they watched you, that they know you from your performances before, when they were watching your debut, they're like, yo, like he's not fighting like he normally does. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like they're surprised by it, but you showed other aspects of your game. You showed like adjustments that you needed to make and to win the rounds and to win the fight, man. That's something that's extreme experience.
yeah, and also I'm very critical of myself. You always got to remember it takes two people to tango. That guy didn't want to fight me. Like he was doing his best to hit and move and stay away and skirt around the edge. And then I would throw, then he would try and counter me. It was a very awkward fight. The guy knew like he was on the verge of losing his from getting chopped from the UFC. So he was fighting scared, unfortunately. But this guy Yanal, I think he's a scrapper. So look forward to putting my hands on him.
Yeah, it's no secret what Yanal wants to do. He just wants to,
Overhand.
go hand hunting. Yeah, he wants to go hand hunting and he wants to get the knockout because he's gonna try to relive the dream, right, of what he did in the same cage in the same place. What's your expectations out of yourself in this upcoming fight?
I think he's going to get frustrated with me, especially mixing it up, mixing in my takedowns, piecing him up. He's not going to get anywhere near me. He's too slow. I've watched hundreds of hours of footage on him back and forth. I know his tells. I know exactly what he's going to do. So I'm just looking forward to getting in there and fucking putting on him, because I'm a completely different fighter since the last fight. So it's just, and I have so much confidence, not through like just myself, but like through my training. It's coming up in training. Like things are like fucking hell. Like I'm capable of staying with these top 10 guys. I'm capable. Like I'm doing rounds with Dustin Poirier. Like fucking hell. Like that's a dream. Dustin's been a great help for me. Showing me some tricks of the trade. I've been asking him some questions. Because that guy's #1 in the world. So the guy's been helping me with some techniques and just passing down the knowledge from over the years.
Speaking of Dustin, man, he's about to fight for the BMF title, man, against Justin Gaethje. It's a rematch. What do you see in that?
Dustin, 4th round.
4th round. All right. That's I got to look out for that, man.
I'm up and prepare. So I've been Justin Gaethje for a couple months. So yeah, it's been good.
I would love to see the rounds, man, that you guys are doing.
Pay-per-view, like people are after the rounds and stuff. It's fucking good rounds.
Yeah, man. You seem like fully prepared. July 22nd, back in the O2 Arena, London. Chris, thank you so much, man, for the time. All the best in this fight. This is a banger, man. Like legit. Like this dude's gonna come at you, and that's what you want.
It's gonna be a clinic. The guy, like everybody's saying, like, oh, this could be fight of the night. It's not going to be fight of the night. It's going to be lopsided. I'm going to beat this guy fair and square. Everybody's going to be like, wow, 30-27 for Chris Duncan.